What up, Super Fun Force? It's Captain Gamesta, and we're back with some more Nerf. Now, this is a retro blaster. I'm excited to unbox, have it brand new, and this is from a discontinued line, the Nerf Rebelle line. Step up, stand out. I like the wordplay they did with the brand name for sure, and it is also co-branded under Secrets and Spies is kind of the theme of all of this. And as you can see, this was created for a female audience, for girls, as opposed to the main line always being, I guess, dominated by boys and like a male audience. And I think that's cool. I hope that in the future, more and more, people of different backgrounds can enjoy Nerf equally, because that's always awesome. Boys, girls, young and old, awesome and super fun for everyone, for sure. Now, and when I was a kid, that was pretty cool because this was on like the Transformers boxes. It was also used with things like Spy Tech toys for definitely really good effect, and I miss that for sure. So kind of interesting to see that implemented in this line. And then we'll take a look at the back really quick before we open it up. Shows you here, this is the Rapid Red. And let's see here, when the mission calls for secrets to be sent and shared, you show your spy style. Messages fly back and forth between you and your team, hiding them in plain sight on message darts. Red reveals what the designs conceal. Arm your friend with a decoder so she can discover your secret messages, which is funny because then it makes it sound like you're not actually blasting, opponents or a different team. It sounds like you're just kind of sending messages to someone by like blasting it towards them, which I'm sure you could just easily hand, or nowadays you can just text someone. But let's see here. Now, when the mission accelerates into a spy showdown, you're ready to defend your mission. So then now you can double it up and use it as a blaster. Fast. You have the speed and skills. To succeed as you deliver your message with a blast of power. Oh, never mind. It's still telling you to deliver your message and defend. It's kind of funny. Well, it tells you here how to use it. As you can see, this is a motorized flywheel blaster. So again, it has an acceleration button here, what they call it, rev trigger. And yeah, there's a regular blaster right there. All right, let's take a look at this. I am excited for sure. And here we are. This comes with, as you can see, the blaster 12-round magazine. We get 6 decoding darts and 6 regular multicolored darts. So let's quickly take a look at the blaster. I think this is fabulous. It looks fantastic. I love the colors. Got these, hot pink accents, these teal blue with the darker purple, kind of the pastel purple here. You got the Rebel logo. I like this kind of now retro, graphic design of like wings and a crown, which is, pretty common. And this was a very popular style, in the mid 2000s. And I still think that it's definitely cool to have on this. I got another mini R logo there. The backside almost has a completely painted logo, but it's missing the black outline and the white fill. The same here. This doesn't have any color, but still looks very sleek and elegant. And I am a huge fan of this. Let's take a look at the magazine. Same here. This is a 12-round capacity magazine. Again, very sleek. I like how it looks, kind of like a gem or a crystal, and I like the dual color combination. I would definitely get these separately if they were available. These are really, really nice. And of course, we have these darts, which probably are definitely not as good as anything from Dart Zone, but it's kind of nice to have a different color option. I think it'd be smart to maybe load one as your last shot, because even though it won't be as accurate, you can at least know that your magazine will be empty. Time to reload. And you won't waste another shot, right, or having to check. And these are the Decoder Darts. Again, they just have messages, so I guess apparently you should just actually blast these to your teammates, your friends, and then they would decode when, they use their version of this. Either they would have to have their own, or I guess you would give it to them, which means then you can't tell what you're sending because you have to decode it first too. So that's kind of funny. It also has like a ring here, breakable ring that you can just use to attach it to something. All right, so this, again, I think is super competitive. If it's not to your aesthetics, well, that's unfortunate. But to me, again, I really like the looks, and it's also very battle-friendly, very competitive, very, very useful. Why? Because this uses the standard semi-auto flywheel blasting configuration that is the benchmark for Nerf, first found in the Strife, as far as I'm aware. And the thing is, the Strife, which as of this video being made in October of 2021, is available as a modulus version, which means you have an end strike barrel attachment capability here on the front side. On the back side, you have a stock adjustment. As you can see, this has neither. So with me, when I build out a Strife, I definitely want to make it more versatile. It is also like this. It's small and it's sleek, but again, I feel like I'm not using it to its full potential without attaching barrels, and a stock and all that. This doesn't allow for that, but this definitely is, to me, a one-handed semi-auto blaster, right? So I would definitely use this as a sidearm. And again, when I build out strifes, I have my own custom loadout that will take advantage of the attachments, making it larger. This does have one rail up here, but as you can see here, it doesn't have the slats on it or the different sections, so it's again smooth and sleek, but it still works just as well. And up here, we have a jam door, which is very secure. So if you need to clear out any jams, you can get this open and finagle your darts out of there. And as you can see, that's where the magazine goes in. And since this is semi-auto flywheel, all you do is you insert it, of course, with the arrow pointing in the direction of the darts to, load them in and where it fires, and then you're good to go. It's in there nice and secure. And again, the way to remove it is to depress that magazine release trigger right there, like so. And yes, this is perfect. Very elegant, very sleek. Again, and it's just utter fabulous. This is definitely going to be a one-handed sidearm. I have a in-between kind of medium-large hand size, and as you can see, my grip goes around here perfectly. So for you, it might be a little bit small if you have really large hands. Again, I'm about 6 feet tall, so maybe if you're starting to get over that, or just you have really huge hands, you might find your pinky slipping possibly. But again, this is more of like a pistol, so I find that to be very acceptable, and I feel it's comfortable and super ergonomic. I'm very excited to actually use this blaster as well. Now, the only thing I think that might be a drawback that we see now with the new kind of Elite 2.0 blasters, like the Phoenix, is that this is the battery compartment here, which means once you insert your 4 AA batteries, it will be a little bit front heavy. Not terrible. And again, what's nice is this is actually like a grip here. So if you do want to wield this as like a primary, or even if you take it as your secondary, you can still support it like so. But for me, what I'm used to holding, even with the batteries, this isn't terrible by any means. So wonderful job. Now, I highly recommend this if you can get your hands on this. I really like this design. I hope we see some type of iteration of the Rebelle line again in the future Nerf. And again, it doesn't have to be necessarily geared 100% towards girls. I mean, if you do, that's totally fine. But they should just implement this style universally and maybe just make, it might be cool. They should do a sub theme like how they do with Zombie Strike and, Doomlands, but they can also incorporate like something that I guess would be seen or perceived as being a little bit more for girls, but still cool for guys, right? They could do something like how She-Ra and He-Man, they could do some kind of like fantasy, Crystal Land, or some kind of, Amazon, or just something that would allow them to get a little bit more liberal in their colors and their designs, because I think these are wonderful in the way they look. And they shouldn't necessarily also just, be for girls. I mean, hey, guys like them, I like them. So equality, let's go. All right, so that's that. I won't really be using these. As you can see here, there's a little like kind of breakable hook, and then you can use that decoder to read the darts. And then I guess, your friends have to either have one of those as well. I mean, if you give them this one, then that means you can't necessarily read them and send them, but I mean, you kind of can. So it's interesting. I mean, I'm down with spy stuff, so that's still a cool idea. And what's usable about these darts, they're not as good at all compared to Adventure Zone and Dart Zone darts. But if you load these up, you take one of them and you load them up as your last, or in this case, you load them up as the first dart, so that is the last one fired. Then you would see that your magazine is empty after that final shot. Now, it won't be as accurate, but at least you won't keep firing, realizing you're out of darts, nor will you have to glance over, which I guess is easy. But if you're in the heat of the moment, you're just looking at your target and you're just blasting. As soon as you see that last colored dart fly out, then you're like, okay, time to reload, right? Without having to even just glance over or, kind of look over to the side. It's just you can follow your dart and when it fires at your opponent. So that might be useful. But other than that, I wouldn't be firing these regularly. All right, there you guys go. This fires like a standard strife. It's advertised to hit at about 80 FPS. In other words, or 75 feet, sorry, which is going to translate to around between mid-60s to maybe mid-70s in terms of like FPS in chrono results for the velocity. But I'll just take a quick few shots for you guys, and we'll be back. All right, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. Again, 100% recommended, and if you can, get yourself, one or two of these while you can. They're getting harder to get for sure. But thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, 100% recommended. It's ergonomic. It fires great. It's definitely equivalent to the Nerf Strife, but without the attachments, this is, for me, wonderful as being a secondary or just a compact blaster, and I love the looks. There you guys go. So in the meantime, please like and subscribe so I can get more videos going for you guys. And don't forget, keep your faith, say a prayer, spread that love, be thankful, and stay positive. We'll be coming back at you. Peace.